Our hospitals in Munich still overflown with COVID patients. We might as well help some out, appoint some COVID patients in and help them out because we're a hospital. We take care of patients. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. It's another morning. No one died, but it's another morning, okay? Leroy Sane is injured. Why did this club never learn? You can't bring someone back from an ACL injury and they start games right away. This is such a big problem. Sané had to have a slow integration. I was even surprised Hansi Flick even went with him because he had no choice. Kingsley Coman had to self-isolate because he had to be the only one in our entire squad to pick up or be in contact with someone that had the virus. He didn't actually have the virus, but he had to be the only one. My goodness. And now that he's back, society and the universe just wants to answer my prayers by getting Sané injured. And now I have to watch Kingsley Coman try to do a cross. Why does my club hate me? Why? Why does football hate me so much? Why? We can't sign Dest. We're looking for Lamptey, who would be great. But I'm skeptical of it happening. We'll talk about these things later in the day. But why? Why does it happen, man? Bayern Munich need a fourth winger. If Perisic was here, Perisic would have started against Sevilla. He would have started against Schalke. And Leroy Sane would have had a slow integration, which would have meant he wouldn't have picked up an injury. His body would have been, I guess, getting used to the style we play with. I think I remember exactly the moment Sané got injured. I don't think it was a training injury. I actually remember he was down holding his knee or something. That probably was the moment I looked at it and said, okay, he might be injured, a little knock. We didn't hear anything yesterday or today. I guess it happened today. I don't know. And that's another thing with this season that I am very, very scared of. The fact that we play so intense, people don't understand. When you're running like that, intense off the ball, on the ball, you're intense as well. You're going to pick up injuries, especially with the fact that our schedule is so congested. The Champions League draw is coming out tomorrow, and we'll be figuring out and finding out that, oh, shoot, we have so many more games than we actually thought we did. And then the Pokals, and we have a Pokal game in October. So you know what that means, right? We're going to have an even earlier Pokal game because we delayed it. Even for Germany, you knew Sané wasn't fit. You knew he wasn't there. But then he joins Bayern and he has to play because we don't have anyone else. I swear, that bored. I was watching Jan Arge talk about how Bayern would approach Hansi Flick and tell him he doesn't need to make signings. They tell him to figure it out with the youth. Oh, if that's how we actually approach these things and tell our managers to figure it out with the youth players, oh my goodness, I'd be fuming if I'm Hansi Flick. Because first of all, you just loaned like 4 players. I don't even know who loaned. You loaned out Batista Maya. We loaned out all these young players. So clearly they were never ready, as people would have just assumed. So young youth player, we ain't like that. We shouldn't be relying on youth players. Oh, now I'm thinking we're probably going to end up with Mario Götze and Julian Draxler. God! On loan too. We're going to get Draxler on loan to save PSG. Some crapful, dreadful performances. Goodness gracious. My club's dusted. And everyone keeps talking about George, COVID. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. This has been happening for years, okay? Managers want a player, they get someone else. I brought up this example yesterday, but no one actually understood what I meant. Hansi Flick wanted Upamecano. The board gave him Tanguy Kouassi. That's nothing against Kouassi. I really like him. I made videos on the guy, and I really want him to succeed here. But is he currently at the level Upamecano's at? No. This board loves doing this. They'll probably tell Hansi Flick, look, you want a fourth winger? We're going to sell Cousins and Thiago and sign no midfielders. I love how people always say, Bayern is so well run. Yes, we're well run to a certain extent that we're not broke. We're not in debt. We don't spend stupidly on transfers. But sometimes I wish we'd spend stupidly on transfers just so I don't have to complain about us not spending. We have to spend some more money. The board have to spend money. They have to realize they have to spend money. Look, this has been one of the most unprecedented transfer windows in a while. We had the long, long, long transfer window, a very long one. And you're telling me we didn't sign anyone since we got Leroy Sane. Not a single player, despite losing about 4 or 6 at this point. We're going to lose 6 players. Well, actually, yeah. Well, a few players on loan as well. But think about it. Perisic, Odriozola, Coutinho, you still didn't get replacements for them because they all played a key part in our treble. I don't even think Bayern's board want to defend this treble. They're probably thinking Hansi Flick's just going to pull up with some miracle. I don't think they want to actually defend this treble, by the way. I don't think they have enough ambition sometimes. Because if you did have ambition, I would be seeing you pull up with Eden Hazard. I would be seeing you trying to get Rodrigo from Real Madrid. I'd be seeing you trying to get some, I don't know, but we don't want to do it. I'd see you go to Salzburg, pay 25 million for Dominic Szoboszlai. I would want to see that. But their answer to everything, to every depth problem we have, is that use a young player, despite the fact that we all know they're not ready. Jamal Musiala, do you really want the kid starting every other week? His confidence as a kid he's my age, man. He's the same age as me. I would think, oh, if I had a bad game, I'm crap. Like, you know what I mean? These kids aren't all that different. They're not robots. They're not robots. We can't just solve our problems, our lack of spending with young players just because we don't want to spend the money, ruin their careers because of it. Great, just gonna watch Coman try crosses he shouldn't be trying. Leroy was already so integrated. Man, physically, I felt like he wasn't. The pressing thing, people were telling him to work harder, Leroy, run harder. Well, you know what? Maybe he just wasn't ready physically. Like his body wasn't prepared to be pressing for 90 minutes. You're coming from Pep Guardiola's team where you majority of the times move the ball slow. There's no real urgency. It's slow build up and then quick interchanges in the final third. It isn't really that physically demanding in a Pep team. To a Hansi Flick team that prioritizes just physicality, winning the ball quick, playing quicker. Someone put it perfectly on Twitter. They said Bayern Munich don't even try the lazy triangular passing to get past an opponent. We just march to your box. And that's true. We literally just run at you. The directness in our team's crazy. We just go to your box and you have to figure out how to stop us. And maybe Leroy Sane wasn't ready for that. And that's why he picked up this little injury. It's a blow for me because now we have to watch Coman play the next 6 games. Seriously, it's weird. Well, actually, there is an international break, so I'm hopeful that that can stop the. Well, it's in October, isn't it? So hopefully that can be like a nice little stopgap, right? Mm, don't need to say more. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching this. Mia San Mia, and peace.